Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on the gold sector. And to track it, we'll use the GLD, which is just a spider. And one thing to note, you'll see these prices, and obviously these aren't, obviously gold's more than $105 an ounce. This is just one of the many vehicles you can use to track gold, so don't let that confuse you or anything. All we care about here are actual price movements and how they act around areas of support and resistance. So it's one of these things where when you're tracking the sector, you don't really care about prices, you just care how it's reacting in regards to the other prices. This one's going to be more of a kind of a longer term viewpoint just because gold has made a pretty significant move upwards, and it's one of those things where usually, unless you're short the US dollar or um, you know long gold stocks, you really don't want to see gold go up just because that's not a great sign from an economic standpoint. Usually that means that there's lots of money entering into a system, and things aren't going well if gold's rushing up to the sky. And obviously that's what we have here. Lots of spending going on by the government, all sorts of money entering into the system, and this chart totally reflects that. And it's at highs that have just haven't been seen before. So it's one of those things where it does look like inflation is slowly creeping in to the system. But this is the weekly chart. So what that means for anybody new to charting out there is that each one of these bars, or as they're called, candlesticks, represents 1 week worth of price action. So this bar here is 5 days. This bar here is 5 days. That's all that means. So if you look down here at the time scale, you can cover quite a bit of time when you're just going by weeks. I mean, here's one whole year in that little chunk there. So you can see that from 2008 to 2009, gold was in an overall downtrend. Latter part of 2008, it started to come back up, and then just all of 2009, it's just been roaring upwards. So, we know the market's been bouncing, but there's a reason for that. There's obviously money entering into the system that's helping the stock market stay up and go up because it's written all over gold. The value of gold is just flying up. We had an interesting chart breakout that I didn't mention before, but as you can see, we had a bull flag, bull pennant that finally broke to the upside. So here's what it looked like. This orange line here was the flagpole part, and then we had our resistance area right there, this red line. Then we had our support trend line here, which is this green trend line. And you can see, if you use your imagination, kind of look like a golf flag, whatever you want to call it, a pennant. And for this whole section of time, so for pretty much about the first 7 or 8 months of this year, it was kind of a wait and see of, okay, are we going to break to the downside of this pattern, or are we going to break to the upside? And through the past couple months, we finally got our answer. There was a break to the upside, and you look down here at volume, and you see it was way above average volume for the breakout. So that was just telling you that, all right, it looks like there was quite a bit of push behind this breakout, and there was quite a bit of people participating in that. And then the rest is history there. So this big breakout here had a little area of some consolidation here that proved to be healthy for it, and is now going up. The market is still open, so if you see this number over here fluctuating, that's why. Got about 13 minutes left, but I'm not really concerned about what today's action is. I'm just doing, like I said, a longer term perspective. So right now it's looking like we might do some more sideways action, maybe for the next couple of weeks like we had here. And if things just keep going the way they do from an overall economic standpoint, then I think that this pattern is going to repeat itself, where you get, because here we had 1, 2, 3, so we had about a month of sideways price action here, because there's 4 candlesticks there. So that's if each one of those is a week, that's about a month. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple more weeks of just sideways price action before it heads back up. Now, if you can get the monetary policy and stuff like that under control, then maybe we might fall back down and hopefully cool off a bit. But with the way things are going, I think it's just going to be another little miniature pattern like we had right in that area. As far as future resistances go, that's pretty hard because we're in blue skies right now, meaning we've never had these levels, so it's hard to guess where resistance levels and stuff like that are at. As far as supports go, we have quite a few of them now since we keep breaking all these resistances. The most near-term one is this previous high right here. This is where it had hit back in February, and hopefully, if it pulls back here and can break through that, we got a chance at a bigger pullback, but then we still have, lots of previous highs here that will provide support too. So, in a nutshell, what I'm saying is it's going to be easy to go up, but in terms of falling back down, it's going to be much more difficult because there's going to be a lot of support on the way back down with any sort of pullback. So, the path of least resistance right now is definitely upwards, which doesn't state too much for inflation and the overall economy, but that's just part of the game. So overall, I think gold's going to keep on going higher, maybe for the next couple of weeks, just head sideways. But unless we can get a break of this support line here on high volume, showing that there's lots of selling going off, I don't see any reason from a charting perspective why gold would be going down. I mean, I'd have to see a breakthrough there, see a big volume, red volume bar showing that there's a bunch of selling that push that through, and then just start to see it break through each one of these previous highs here that would all be supports. But for the time being, I'm going to remain bullish on gold and say that it's going to keep on going up. So if you do have any other questions on gold or the gold sector, shoot me a message and I'll do my best to help you out with this chart. I'd also encourage you to check out bullmarketnewsletter.net. If you go there and sign up for the emailer, you'll be sent a free ebook, which has been getting very good reviews. And with your subscription, you'll get chart setups, trade ideas, educational pieces, all sorts of things from big boards all the way down to penny stocks. So there's a good variety for everybody. We've been making our members some good money with some of our plays. So people are learning, making money at the same time. And best part is, it doesn't cost you a thing. It's all free, no strings attached. So it's worth at least checking out. One more time, this was the gold sector using the GLD.